Hey guys, it is Tuesday, July 16th. We're at 63,700. And this episode, I want to talk into about why advisors are so cautious with respect to Bitcoin. So I was, at a business management firm in Los Angeles the other day. And these guys have, very sizable practice. They've merged with a bunch of firms, and they're managing something like $8 billion in money right now. And they go, yeah, we have one guy who's kind of at the firm who's kind of the crypto Bitcoin guy, sort of. We sort of have some people looking into Bitcoin, but it's very clear that they really aren't at all really into advising anybody to get Bitcoin. And this is, pretty much a premier money management firm in this area. Manages all kinds of money for kind of, rock stars, actors, and stuff like that. So, why are these guys not being advised to get into Bitcoin? And it really is all about risk and how you look at risk, whether you look at it on a, quarterly basis or you're looking at it on a multi-year basis, okay? So I show these guys this page from the Big Bitcoin book, and I said, look at these returns by year, right? And these things are eye-popping, right? 1,000%, 200%, 500%, 1,000, 100%. 300%, 73%. This was done a little bit earlier, but we're close to that now. 157%. Now, their immediate thing is, wow, these red ones are really scary, okay? And, I just realized that they're looking at this almost like this image from the Deer Hunter, where it's, you're just basically, you have some chance of Russian roulette, just blowing your head off. They're not looking at it like, oh, it went up 57, now it's going to be down 64, or it went up 300, now it's going to be down. No, they don't care. The only thing they're looking at is, am I going to get fired, right? And so, sort of a little bit tongue-in-cheek, I put together this diagram of the algorithm that they're looking at. Well, let's suppose one of their clients loses 5% or more, right? What's going to happen? Well, the first question they're going to say is, can I blame it on somebody else? Can I blame it on the market? And if the market's down 5%, they go, oh, no big deal. I'm sorry, the market was down. Yeah, all our clients, I feel bad for you, whatever, right? We have this buffer, right, that just absolves them of any sin. They can blame it on the stock market, right? If the market is not down 5% and their portfolio is down 10%, boom, you're fired. Okay, how did you lose my money? What's wrong with you, right? So the big problem here is I'm looking at everything with respect to the stock market, right? So if you start with the point of view of if you lose money and the stock market isn't down, then you are fired. Well, if you do that, you have to go, okay, I can't have a drop of 5% in my portfolio because of Bitcoin. That really cannot happen. So I really can't have much more than 6-7% of Bitcoin in my portfolio maximum, right? Because I'm running this risk of being fired. And let's just round it down and say, I can't really have more than 5% Bitcoin. That's like, you're running this existential risk of being fired if you have more than 5%. Now, if you are a hedge fund, right, you have the exact opposite mentality, because here you have to generate returns, right? So if you come in exactly like everybody else, nobody's going to be interested in renewing giving you more money. You have to have some blowout year. So you're incentivized to take kind of out of the box risk, right? So hedge funds are incentivized to take the risk and go for Bitcoin, because if they're right, let's suppose they bet 20, 30% of their portfolio on Bitcoin. Next year, they're going to get massive inflows of cash, right? And they do that 2-3 years, boom, you've made enough money to retire. And that's kind of the algorithm for a prop trader or for a hedge fund. You're given this massive, you're given this massive asymmetric risk-return pattern, right? You are incentivized to take risk. Whereas an advisor, you're exactly the opposite. You're incentivized not to do anything different than the norm. Pretty much, you're basically say, don't screw it up, right? So just put your stuff a little bit. Give yourself a reasonable scenario why you can say that you are somewhat useful. You don't have to outperform the indexes. You just have to have some story that you're useful. You can sit down, you can handhold the client, and you can talk to the client. And you're paid for that, right? That's what you're paid for. You're not paid to generate return. And you're certainly not paid to lose 5 or 10% of the client's money somehow. So that's why this whole system is oriented at kind of the sort of business as usual. But things change. And you have a couple really good years of Bitcoin now with the ETF. And the next guy is invested in Bitcoin. You're not. FOMO takes over. So that's why I think the advisors are so slow to pull the trigger. I will catch you later. Thanks for buying the book. It's going to ship in 8 weeks. It'll ship earlier, but you should get it in about 8 weeks. And again, Ben and I both thank you for the book. I look forward to getting my copy. Right before the end, I ordered 5 copies for myself just to hand out to people because I think this is going to be a unique collectible. So hope you enjoy it, and we'll talk soon.